श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः.
I've been saying that during Sushupti, the jiva is totally free from all the upadhis. Okay? All the upadhis mean Sthula Sharira, Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Antakarana, Prana. Prana is working in the body, but he has no connection. Okay? Now, when he is free from all the upadhis, it is a completely defensive, totally defensive. He is Eka, Satya, Jnana, Ananta, Ananda. Therefore, Shastra says, he is Brahman, he has become one with Brahman. Okay? Understand this phrase properly. He has become one with Brahman means he was not Brahman, he has become. It's not like that. There is no opportunity for him to get Mithya-jnana. Okay. So when Mithya-jnana is there, Samyak-jnana is also not there. Therefore he does not know what is happening. But because it is Swarupa, he experiences it. You understand properly? His very nature is oneness, Ananda, Satya, Jnana. Therefore he experiences it. But apart from that, he does not know the technical terms. But what he is experiencing is that only. Okay. Why do you say he has become one? Because himself is completely different. The reason for your feeling is that you have become Brahman. It is a sentence used to him, something to convey to him. There is nothing like becoming. He is always that. Okay? So now, this is the Swarupa. Oh, therefore, even when he is ajnani, or he is doing karma and migrating from one body to another, when he does it, Shastra calls him as Brahma. Calls him very beautifully. Yeah? It says, Tadjatha Rajanvayantam Ugraha Pratyensha Sutagramiya Anni Pani Havasi Pratikalpante Ayamatma Agachati Amatma Agachati Evam Sarvani Pradhan Pratikalpanta Idam Brahmayati Aya Agachati. Ugra Raja Ugra means you are appointed for some horrible activities like punishing, hanging, like this. So, Ugra, Pratyensha, Sudagramya, some other people. And Sudha Gramya, Suta is one Varnasankara. Gramya is some others. Okay. The village leaders. Okay. What do they do? The moment the Raja comes, when he is coming, at that time they start saying, Are he is coming. You must get ready, Is the accommodation ready? What about his food? What about his drinks and all that? Everything ready? Anni, Pani, Avasi. Like that. What happens is, when Jiva is coming, entering into the body, at that time, all these devatas mean there are Adidevatas for Sukma Sharira. Okay? All these Adidevatas say, oh, he's coming, get ready, we will start working. Yes. Then, Brahma agachati. The Brahman is coming, come on, let us get ready. Okay. Therefore, he is already addressed as Brahma. Only he has to know it. Now, it's clearly told, there are some mantras like this. Tumba asma bhagavad devtayam aham vai tvasi. From both sides. You are myself, I am yourself. Tumba asma bhagavad devtayam aham vai tvasi. Yoham sosu, yosam soham. He is myself, who is me, he is himself. And these are all Veda mantras. Vajraya Aranyaka. Of course, you also know Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. All these things also you know. Therefore, clearly it is Nirupadika Jiva itself is Brahman. Okay? Now, you have Karyakara Ananyatva. Just like Karyakara Ananyatva, here also Jiva Brahma Ananyatva. Just like Jagat Brahma Ananyatva, Jiva Brahma Ananyatva. Jagat is not different from Brahman, Brahman is different from Jagat. Similarly, Jiva is not different from Brahman, but Brahman is different from Jiva. They, how carefully Shankaracharya writes. It is just like that, he telling. Just like that. It's not the same, but just like that. Sarvancha Namarupadi Sadatma eva Satyam Vikarajatu Swadhastantameva Swadhasto Anutameva Vacharamam Vikaro Namadeyam Ityuktatva Tatha Jivopiti. Because Jiva is not a Karya. Jiva is not Karya, remember. The same Brahman has simply entered here. The same Brahman. There is a hole here, he has entered. That's all. He entered not me, he is not entered. He will always be there. Because the vacant space, Akasha, other things also he is there. But he is clearly there himself, more clear, unmixed. Okay. So therefore he is not Karya. Therefore it is told specially. Just like that, Jiva is not different from Brahman, but Brahman is different from Jiva. Okay. Now, this is itself. Nanyodosti drashta, nanyodosti shrota, nanyodosti manta, nanyodosti vijnata. Anya asti. Drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata. This drashta is not different from that. He himself through Upadis he is seeing. What is the difference? When he is seeing through different Upadis, as far as Brahman is concerned, it's I am seeing everywhere, through everybody. But what does the Shiva say? I am seeing here. It is my jnana, it says. There is adhyasa here, there is no adhyasa there. Did you find the difference? See, same Brahman is working in all. So Brahman's point of view, drashta, here also drashta, everywhere I am drashta, everywhere I am Shravata, everywhere I am. But what is Shiva? Still, I am drashta here, Shrota here, Manta here, this is adhyasa. That is not adhyasa. That is sarvatma bhava. Everywhere I am myself there. Has it become clear? Therefore, we will understand drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata also is himself and nothing. Therefore, Shankaracharya says, there is nothing like separately like Jiva at all. There is nothing like that. He doesn't exist at all. Okay? Therefore, what is Jiva is expected to do? He should think of it logically, get totally convinced. It says Pandityam, Nirvidya. Pandityam, Nirvidya means what? I must understand Shastra very, very, very clearly. This is Panditya. I will not get any doubt with respect to this aspect. Okay? Then, what should I do? I should become Mauna. Then always ruminate over it. This is what Shastra says. Okay? Therefore, in order to make me ruminate over that, Shastra is saying so much. Say now. From another point of view, also it can look at it like this. There is only Brahman in Sushupti. Okay. The question is, you have just now told he is himself drashta, shrota, manta everywhere. Brahman is drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata everywhere. Is it not so? But why seeing, hearing is not happening there? I don't have any visual jnana. Why is it so? I understand the question? He is drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata. But how is it that it is not understood? Nothing is understood. This question there. See, when it is told that Brahman itself, drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata, don't think that it is Brahman's Swarupa. It is not Swarupa. It is Brahman's Rupa. What does it mean? This is Atattva, that is Tattva. In what sense? He is drashta, shrota, manta, vijnata. When you say, you are taking for granted something else. There is a buddhi, there is a indriya, etc., etc. Therefore, with respect to that, if you see, then remember the scale, that is atattva. Am I making it clear? In tattva, he is neither shrota, nor manta, vijnata. He is not anything. Therefore, now the question is, from atattva to tattva, or from rupa to swarupa, the sudden change. Everything is this, but it is nothing in swarupa. How does this transition take place? Are you following the question?
Yeah.
That is, from atattva to tattva, how does it proceed? Because, see that example. There it is bent for sight. There it is straight from the hand. Both are there at the same time. Okay. Now, from my point of view, I am an Ajnani. Both cannot be simultaneous. If I am knowing, I am not knowing. I am not that I am not knowing. If I am not knowing, I am not knowing. That's all, I am not knowing. Is it clear? Therefore, in the case of Brahman itself, how does atattva merge into tattva? I don't know whether am I making myself clear? See, in that example, both are being jnana. What is atattva, what is tattva, you have to verify. You will have to lift it, separate it. The scale has to be separated. But here, I can't separate it because everything is itself. I think it will become more clear. Between tattva and tattva, to know tattva, I will lift it up. Now, between atattva and tattva here, what is lifting means what I should do. How can I lift? I can't separate. Therefore, why exactly it is happening like that in tattva? Okay? Now see. This is Shankaracharya's analysis. I will tell you this analysis no great scientist can explain it. Most remarkable analysis. What he says in this. What exactly is knowing? What exactly is the process of knowing? Okay. What is the say? Take the example. I am seeing. The eyes are seeing. The object is there. Okay. Now, the very fact that I am seeing the following, that the object looks entirely different. These eyes are entirely different. But still, an interaction is taking place. And knowledge is being produced. But not some other knowledge. That knowledge is coming here. Are you following? Therefore, he says, this will be possible only if both of them belong to the same jati. I will tell you, I can't explain more. Your faith in Shankara should be total, 100%. Otherwise, you will never understand the depth of his logic. What does he say? He says it is samana jati. Now you verify this. Because you can't see that there is samana jati. You can't see this. Take for example, you measure length. Now length measurement means there is a cloth and there is a scale. Okay. Both are lengths only. Same jati. What is the difference? One length is known, the other is unknown. But the two are the same. I call it. You take measurement of weight. Take the balance like this. This is also a weight, kilogram. Oh, I put vegetable. This is also a weight. Both are weights only. But there is a known weight, there is an unknown weight. Anyway, you measure temperature. What happens is, there is water is boiling there. You use a thermometer. Thermometer also has got mercury. Just as water expands, this also expands. Okay? Now you graduate it. Therefore, the temperature is known, the temperature is unknown. That's all. Both are working on the same temperature. You want to measure current. They say it is ampere. Current meter. That is also a current, this is also current. Voltmeter. That is also voltage, this is also voltage. Potential voltage. Any values.